Hello, welcome to the Wasting Time podcast. I'm your host, Chris, just here with a very short intro today. While I have you, can I please ask any listener to please check out the new Lovebreakers single, Autumn Town? It's a beautiful song, perfect for this time of year. Go check it out if you haven't already and give it some love, please. I'm just going to jump straight into today's interview. Today I spoke to the Irish band Greywind. So you'll hear me during this interview, I keep referring to November the 10th as if it's either today or in the past. But if you're listening to this episode as it comes out, you'll know it's November the 9th. So sorry for that slight discrepancy. But their new single is out on November the 10th. It's called Antidote. Check it out wherever you get your music. Let's dive straight into it. You've literally just come back from LA.
Yeah, last night. Yeah, we're recording in LA. So now it's like back to Ireland. I mean, it's not as exciting. It's not as exciting.
Oh, man. Okay, that answers my next question. I was just going to say, was that band related?
Yeah.
How long were you out there for?
We were 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So,
I definitely want to ask a little bit more about that. But let me, before I get distracted, let me just introduce myself. Very rude of me. I'm Chris. I'm one half of the Wasting Time podcast. My co-host is absent most of these days because he's just had his first kid.
he has a good excuse.
He does have it. Yeah, it's a fair excuse, to be fair. It does keep him busy. Do you guys just want to introduce yourselves quickly?
Yes, I'm Steph. I sing in the band Greywind.
And I'm Paul, and I play guitar in Greywind.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's really nice to meet you guys, albeit over Zoom. So you just come back 2 weeks in LA. Is this what's it? I don't know how much you're able to say. Is it EP, single, or full length work?
Can't say, but it is music related.
It's lots of music related.
Yes.
So, and something's going to be dropping. We can probably say
we can say that.
We have a new single dropping on November 10th. So
called Antidote. Yes.
Which we've been so patient waiting for people to hear new music, and now it's the right time. We're so excited for people to hear what we've been working on for so long.
Yeah, because it's been a while before you've released anything like properly, full band new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's been a long journey.
It's been a long journey, but now now it feels like everything has worked out for the best. Even like seeing our music like reach so like millions of people and going viral in the last couple of months. It's been like sometimes you're patient and it doesn't pay off, but it's like paid off for us. Like it feels like.
Oh, awesome. And I should also say, so we're recording this on the 2nd, but I will be releasing this probably, I'd say at the earliest next Friday. So for anyone listening to this, the single is out now.
Yeah. I hope you like it.
And it's called Antidote, you said?
Called Antidote,
Yes. It is my favorite Greywind song we've ever released. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're so and the music video, I don't want to hype it up too much, but it's the greatest music video we've ever made.
Yeah, the music video then will be out on the 14th. So if you're listening to this on the Friday, it will be out on the Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Not long to wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did you do this new single with? We
recorded it in LA with Sam Guyana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like such an amazing recording experience.
It's my favorite ever time in a studio, even this last 2 weeks. It's just been so just chill. And I feel like every other time I've been in a studio, I've like overthought stuff or I've had like a panic attack, felt that kind of pressure. Whereas this time it's just been so nice.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice to finally record new music as well after so long.
And even recording in like California is like so inspiring, like waking up every day and it's like the weather's beautiful and you're excited to go into the studio and even like I said, us having like our fan base growing every day and it's just really exciting times right now.
Yeah.
Antidote, you said, was recorded in LA as well. Was that your first time recording out there, or was some of your previous stuff?
We recorded our debut album in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Apologies. I did read that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're always like drawn to America and everything comes up. Even like our fan, even going viral now is like, so most of our fans are from America. So it feels like, it's like.
I feel like we're drawn to America because all of our favorite bands growing up were American. I think we just have a thing.
Yeah, like growing up, like our biggest influence would be like My Chemical Romance and like Mineral, Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World. Like we grew up on this record, so going to some of the same studios that they've worked in is like so inspiring as well.
That's very cool. Yeah, I feel like we have that in common because like me and my co-host, that's broadly the music we grew up on as well. And also like the biggest audience to this podcast is by far America as well.
Amazing.
So like if that's kind of fits with your band as well, then that works well.
Love that.
So did you say you got back? Was it last night? You said you got back?
Yeah. Okay. It was like 9-hour flight back. We were crying all the way home.
I know. I'm so sad. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
How's the jet lag?
It's bad.
I woke up 20 minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate you waking up for this, but yeah, I always find it is worse when you're going back to Europe, so effectively going forward in time messes you up more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And even I feel like when you go like somewhere else, you're excited, so you don't care if you're tired or whatever.
That's so true. We're just coming home. So let's talk about home a little bit. So you said it's a bit, well, it's probably not that different to what I have over in Surrey at the minute.
So great.
Were you guys? Did Storm Kieran hit Ireland at all, or was it just because it got us in the UK pretty badly last night?
Yeah, but not that bad where we are.
Yeah.
But we're in the south of Ireland, in Killarney, and we didn't get that bad, to be honest.
When we were away, it hit. I actually don't.
Yeah. When it actually hit, maybe it was bad, and we don't like. Yeah.
Everyone would be like, "Wait, that was like the worst thing ever," and we just don't know.
You mentioned that you're based in Killarney, but and I don't think we mentioned your siblings, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So are you both born and raised in Killarney?
Yeah. So we grew up here, and there's no scene whatsoever. So we're like we're like just the two emos in town.
We go busking in town, and we've been playing Taking Back Sunday. People would think we wrote "cute" without the E by Taking Back. They just wouldn't know what.
Yeah, like literally, we could never. Even that's why we were a two-piece, because we could usually people make it the choice to be it. It's like I'm forced to be in a band with her. Like I'm forced. So we could never. We could never find a band. So that's how we started. And a couple years ago, we were like, okay, there's no scene here. We can't find any other. We're the only emos in this town. Let's just go into the studio for the first time ourselves. And we went into, and we were like so nervous. We had never even played a live show ever. It was just the two of us, but we just starting a band was always our biggest dream. So we just went into a studio for the first time, recording our first ever song. It was a song called Afterthoughts, and just recorded a demo of it. And we were like, okay, let's just post it online for fun. And then the next day, every major label emailed us, and we're like, what is happening? What?
It was crazy.
That is crazy. Like how? Like who picked it up that it became so?
I don't know,
because obviously the average person will put out a song and not, unless they have contacts, no one will really notice. Like, so how did that kind of get noticed like that?
I think it was posted on a blog, some indie blog, and then I'm guessing someone. An A&R or something, and then it spread.
We sent it to like we have no connection to anyone in the music industry. We're like in a small town in Ireland. We just posted online. Like we didn't even have like a profile picture on our page. We just had a white photo, and we weren't
kind of posting it for ourselves. We had no fans. We had nothing.
Yeah, we weren't doing it to like, okay, this is the big start now. It's just like we just want to start something.
Kind of feel like we were doing something.
So every major label emailed us asking, "Oh, who are you? Are you signed already? Who's your management? And do you have other songs?" And we had only finished. That was our first song. We were like, "Yeah, we have loads." We didn't.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How long? So when was this? How long ago was this?
So this was back in like 2015. Back in 2015, so a while ago, and so we were like, and since then, there's a lot of craziness has happened. To be honest,
we can try and shorten the story.
It's a long story.
It's been a lot. Like I said earlier, it's been a journey.
And and the journey ended in LA, so it's gone well.
It as well, but it's been a lot of difficult times.
Yeah, it's been hell during some of it. Like.
No, that's amazing. Like, and particularly like, so your song must have been so strong, because I feel like not just major labels, they would look at someone new and just think, okay, what are the numbers like? How many?
Yeah. For example, we had no subscribers. We had, like I said, we just had it was just a white, plain white, and just had Greywind in black font.
Yeah, we're just really.
And when we got those emails, I thought it was my friends just messing with us.
Yeah.
So my head, then I Googled the names of the people. I was like, oh my God, these are real people on LinkedIn. What the hell? So yeah. And
it was
crazy. So then we ended up signing a deal with one of the major labels. And then
which label did you sign with initially?
This was Universal.
Yeah. Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, before we haven't even played a show yet. We've written our first song, and we've somehow signed to Universal.
And we had a new management
who we didn't even like. We've only just met them, and they're
negotiating like 20% of a massive record. It was like a whole thing, and this is our first ever experience in the music industry. This is our first band.
Yeah.
Like,
how old were you both at that time?
Like, this was like 7 years ago. Like 20, so then when looking back, they immediately, so we signed a deal and they immediately said, write your debut album. So looking back, it was like, wait, we've never played a show yet. We were like, shouldn't we like do an EP?
You think, oh, I'm going to trust these people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Very loosely now, but yeah.
So then we just we went into kind of like our own bubble. Like we like poured our hearts into this song. Like our album, our uncle committed suicide, and these songs were like came about from grieving and like getting through that. So we poured our hearts into this album, and like every song connects and through our artwork and music videos and everything. So we were in mentally like a dark place, even though it feels like our dreams coming true, but in our music, we like pour everything into it. So, and especially when we were told to record a debut album, I knew like this is going to represent us for the rest of our life. Like I didn't sleep for probably 6 months. Yeah. We were so like focused on this because like, okay, we got this opportunity. We're going to pour our hearts into it. And so then we got the opportunity. We're sent, hey, record it in Texas. We were like imposter syndrome. We were like, wait, we haven't played a show yet. We're forced to do our debut album immediately. It was kind of like, I think a lot of people wouldn't. You think you'd want that pressure, but looking back, it's like a lot to take.
I remember like I said earlier, I was having panic attacks every day in Texas. And from the outside, you think,
they're living the dream.
And then part of me felt like, oh
guilty.
my God, guilty. Because you feel like, oh my God, this is everything I've ever wanted. But then that pressure of, okay, I have to front a band. I want, like Paul said, these songs are going to represent us. I want it to be perfect. And it was a good time, but really, really difficult and sad at the same time, which worked well for the album. Exactly. Because you can hear how sad I am, I guess. Yeah.
Where in Texas did they send you to do that? And
it was in El Paso. It's like this studio called Sonic Ranch Studios. Yeah. It's like this massive,
Taking Back Sunday.
I think Jared Way recorded there, and Explosions in the Sky, who are like one of our biggest influences, like their incredible post-rock band. So yeah, like even going in there are like influences for this record with like post-rock bands like Explosions in the Sky and Caspian, and then like emo bands we grew up on, like Taking Back Sunday, Mike Morant's Mineral, Clarity by Jimmy Wild. So I think how some bands, they start their career and they don't know what they are yet. We knew, and sometimes
we're very lucky.
We knew from day one what our band was and what we wanted to be, and we knew maybe that's why we kind of,
maybe from the outside people could see that,
could handle the pressure a slightly bit more of doing your debut album, because I knew that we wanted our debut album was going to be a calm to storm, beautiful, and then explosive kind of emo rock record. So but we didn't have the chance to discover who we were, but at least we knew who we were immediately.
That's interesting. Did you so you mentioned obviously when the initial interest came in, you hadn't even played a gig.
Never been on a stage in our lives.
Tell me about the first time you did go on a stage. Like, were you put on like quite a big stage or?
No, so we were on a UK tour, and our first show ever time on stage was in Bristol. And it was, I feel like, I don't know, something took over my body. Like I was like, this is what we've always wanted.
You just feel so at home. Even now, that's my favorite place, is on a stage. I don't know. I felt like growing up, like we said, watching like Gerard Way and Jim Atkins and like Adam Lazzara. I feel like all of them just like I just became that.
Yeah, we just like
so it was just great to finally do it. And I feel like Paul said, I think we were thrown into such high pressure situations. you kind of sink or swim.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we're used to, like, right now we could be put into any situation and we can get through it because we started like Steph said, just thrown into it. So then going on a stage, then it was like all we ever wanted. And it just, it was like, it was really amazing. Then we got the opportunity to support Thrice, which was like, that was like one of our biggest influences again. And then we got Reading and Leeds and Rock and Ring. And these are our first 20 shows. And we're like, what the hell is going on? But we like, even the reaction, I think, feeling like we poured our hearts into these songs, and we like, and we knew we deserved this opportunity. And even people like connecting with our songs. Even on our first show, we had people turning up with Greywind tattoos already and flying from different countries. And then our first show in Germany, we're from Kerry in County Kerry in Ireland, and we had people chanting Kerry as we're walking out in Germany, and it was like our first time there. So it's kind of like,
I feel like people really, it's that kind of old school thing with what we grew up on. I feel like we're very lucky with our fan base that they have that thing where they just connect so much. Like, you know, when you see like My Chemical Romance's fan base, where they're just every aspect from like the art and all that, they connect to it. I feel like we're very lucky that our fans get that from us.
But it was kind of, it's been crazy. So
then all of that was great. And from the outside, it probably looked, everything's amazing. You're playing Reading and Leeds, you're doing this. But inside, in the kind of business music industry standpoint, it wasn't great. So to rewind slightly, before we played our first ever shows, so we just got back from Texas, like we poured our hearts into these songs. And before we went out, like the label were loving the songs, singing along to the songs in the offices and stuff. We were kind of surprised. We're like, we're doing what the hell we want. Like, they haven't said, hey, go and write a pop record, because they wouldn't have got that. So we're writing a dark, beautiful, like emo record. So, and then we recorded it. And then when we got back, before our management sent us a message to have a Zoom and said, we have an important meeting. Before the album's even mixed, we get told that we're being dropped because the 7 acts that made the label no money this year are being dropped. And we were like, we haven't released any songs yet. We just got kind of bad luck.
I was like, they didn't release anything to make the money. They just immediately sent us to Texas. Like, we wanted to do an EP and then tour, but then we were like, it was all good. And our management were like, our management at the time had their own label through Universal. So they said, to be honest, guys, you're just going to get the rights back. They've agreed to give you all the rights back, and we're just going to release it through our own label. So basically our management's the label now. But we could kind of tell that our management and team at the time kind of lost interest in us as soon as we were dropped. We could just tell that they weren't as excited anymore. Yeah. But for me and Steph, it was like nothing has changed. It was like we're gaining new fans. Zane Lowe was playing our song on the radio. We had all this industry. So in our world, nothing has changed. It's just a label has decided to drop us.
It's just some bad luck.
But our team, we could tell that they weren't. They kind of switched off. But for us, me and Steph were like, nothing has changed for us. So then we released our debut album in 2017.
Yeah,
and it was like we came out and we were playing our 17th ever show, and we played. It was like, looking back, it was like you put your trust in like people, and was like, why are we releasing a debut album? And this is my 17th show tonight. It's kind of looking back, it's insane. It was like probably people like looking at our career think probably looks like we've toured the world 14 times, but like because we're like on social media. I feel like we're very good at social media. So our album came out in January, and it charted in the UK rock chart on the back of 17 shows. Like, and we played our headline show. Our first ever debut headline show was in London in a church, St. Pancras Church, and we had people flying from different countries, like Czech Republic, from Spain, over from Ireland, and it was like we sold it out. It was like such a special night, but we could still see that our team didn't really care about us anymore, and we were like, me and Steph were like talking to ourselves, like, we're going to get dropped any second right now, because I can just tell.
So you could really see it coming.
100%.
Sense that there was just no care, or no kind of excitement about us, even though every opportunity we got, we'd do our best. We put 110% into every show, even though it sounds like Paul said from the outside, it probably looked like we were doing so much, but there wasn't a lot of shows. Yeah. Like even agent wise, everyone kind of shut off.
Yeah. It felt we had like, so then randomly one day we get the call. I got the call, my phone rings and saying, hey, it's best we part ways. We're representing other artists and they have 20 records out. Like,
did that still, when that moment happened, did it feel like, was it like a crushing moment, or were you like, hey, I knew this was coming, I'm cool with it? Yeah. Like, what was that like?
For me, I'm a very insanely positive person. Okay. In a sense, like you could cut off my right arm right now and I'll be like, at least I have my left. I'm that type of guy.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah. So when I got that, so when the moment we got dropped from our label, my mind was automatically goes to, they're going to live to regret it kind of type of thing. It's like, I believe in these songs. So when we got the same call from our management, my same thing was like, thank you for everything, all the best. But in my head it was like, it's going to work out good for us in the end. But obviously Steph has a different mind to me.
I was devastated, and for me not even to get on the phone call, I felt very disrespected as well. Like Paul got told, I just felt again there was just no respect, and the interest was gone. It was just very, the way it was done was horrible. And then for Paul to have to come in and tell me like that we're all the people that we worked with since we've started the band don't want to work with us anymore, and then our agent dropped us at this
immediately
the day after.
Really
kind of lost. It's like we got everything and then lost it all.
Yeah, but you think about it, so then it was just, so it's back to just being just me and Steph again. But the thing is, me is like, we believed in these songs so much, and they hadn't been promoted yet. For the limited amount of people that heard the songs, they connected with them, and like with people at shows like crying and like getting tattoos, and like
even to tie into our new music now. During all this happening, we were actually started writing these songs that are like Antidote, like, because those songs were how we felt at that time of just that pain and like we want something to happen. No one's believing in us. Why is it just me and Paul, the only people? And so all those songs were actually we were kind of just demoing them at the time and writing.
And all our team had heard all those songs, but we still got dropped. But anyway, so then we were, but my mind goes to, these songs are special. Our debut album is special, and these new songs are even next level. And my mind goes to, I just believe in them so much. I don't really care what the music industry thinks. Personally, it's just like, how do me and Steph feel, and how do our fans feel? So I always been like, all the best, thank you for everything, but we're fine by ourselves. So then when we were saying like the lack of, this is a plot twist time in the story. Plot twist. Yeah. So when we were telling, I think a lot of bands could be like, oh, our team just stopped caring, but they can just feel that way. Well, we have like living proof. It's kind of, so when we got dropped from our label and our management said they were going to release it to their own label, months and months passed, and me and Steph were like, they haven't put a new record deal in front of us. Have they forgotten to give us a record deal?
When you said months and months passed, what were you doing during that time? Were you just like
sitting here writing?
Then we would play we'd go do like 2 shows every 6 months. It was like nothing really. So we were like, so then so when we got dropped from our management, when at the time, me and Steph were like, wait, they didn't make us sign a record deal. So we were
the first time you obviously signed the contract and it's the whole thing.
So I was like,
we didn't do that the second time.
So we were like, we own all the rights to it. So we just got back in contact and said, hey, can we just take everything down off Spotify and YouTube and everything? Because like we own it all. So
they were like, no, you signed. We were like, no, we didn't.
So that's why. So then there was like, then we waited. That's why I think people don't even know this. That's why we did not release any music, because we refused to release any music until we have our debut album back, which hasn't been promoted yet. So then we waited, and then
back and forth thing with lawyers.
And then in late 2021, early 2022, I think it was late 2021, we finally got back, and they admitted, we forgot to make Greywind sign the deal. So we waited 6 years for that. So then when we finally got the songs back, the debut album, we poured everything into it. So then we re-uploaded to Spotify, posted it, went onto TikTok. This is what an Irish emo rock band sounds like. and then we got over 100,000 followers from those same songs that got us dropped. And now we have and it's growing constantly. We've just hit
and it feels like, I always say, it feels like we've actually released the album
just now,
yeah, or last year.
Okay.
It felt like before no one had heard it. Like we had obviously that really nice, like small, very small core fan base, but now it's like it's spread over to America and Europe and Asia and everywhere.
So the same songs, like the songs that's what I always loved, like telling people, just like, as long as you believe in it, don't ever listen to anyone else, because literally we've been told we're done. Literally physically told to our faces, we'd be told we are done. And literally, we're bigger now than when we were signed to a major label. So
it shows,
we had 3,000 followers when we were on a major label and had a big management company. Then when we're by ourselves, we end up getting over 100,000. So it's kind of like, just believe in yourself. And if as long as you believe, don't
be patient
and patient as well.
So much patience.
Exactly. So so then we, like I said, we posted a clip of the same. First we posted a clip of Car Spin and it got 500,000 views. Then the next day we posted Afterthoughts and it got 1.8 million. And then we posted a clip of In Autumn and it got 5.8 million views. It was like all these songs that we poured everything into it and our team didn't get at the time. It felt kind of like
people were
getting our fans decided that we weren't done. And we haven't even started yet. We haven't even played 50 shows as a band yet. So that's what's kind of so exciting now. And even though now even these next songs are next level, and we're so insanely exciting for people to hear these songs. And but it's been like a journey, but it's been worth it, and we've been so patient, and it's been.
When I look back, I'm like, I don't know how we got through that. But like I said, the fans throughout all that, like even a random tweet a day or something, or
would get us through a month.
Get us through it.
Yeah.
Someone buying a t-shirt or sending a picture of their tattoo they got, or even just saying, "Oh, I'm listening to Greywind right now." That would make us just be like, "Okay, it's okay, we'll get through it." Or even when we play the little one-off shows. And just to see the fans singing along, crying and stuff, we were like, we're doing something special, and we will get through it. But
Oh, that's amazing. So when did just for the benefit of the listener, so Casey from the Wonder Years is your guys' manager. When did Casey come aboard?
So when our music first went viral last year, we were our followers were pouring in. We had we had a DM from Casey. We love the Wonder Years. So we're like, oh my god! And he just sent us a nice message saying, oh my god, just saw your music popped up on my feed, and you guys are incredible. Keep doing what you're doing. And that was like, oh my god,
such a nice message to hear from someone that we respect so much in another band, in such a cool band. To say that to us was amazing.
So then we had no management at the time, and we were like, our music's going viral. We were like, oh my god, what the hell?
Again, we were very wary of industry. We were like, who do we trust to let into our bubble?
Yeah. So then a couple of months passed, and we were noticing that all our 80% of our fans are from the US. So I went to walk one day, and I was like, this was 6 months later after that Casey DM. I was like, maybe Casey from the Wonder Years, he's from a US band. Maybe he might be able to help with
just
some advice of what we should be doing, because all our fan base is US. So I sent him a DM, never met the guy before. Just that one that DM he sent. I said, say, hey, just wondered if you could give us any advice. I'm just going viral right now, and he immediately got back straight away. He's the loveliest guy in the world, and we had a Zoom call the next day. And the Zoom went on for 3.5 hours.
We just clicked.
I mean, I've only met him in same circumstances. But he and I mean this in a good way, but he can talk.
He can. Yeah, we can as well. I think so.
Right.
So I think that we just got each other immediately, and I remember it wasn't a call of us saying, "Hey, will you be our manager?" or anything like that. It was just giving some advice.
We just told him our story.
And I remember, and then when we got off the call, and Steph was like, oh, I'd love if he was our manager. He just got,
can't just ask him.
Yeah. So then the next day we had another 3-hour Zoom with it, and he said to guys, we had sent him the demos we had after the Zoom call, and he got back to so he set up another Zoom call, and he was like, guys, those songs are absolutely incredible. And he ended up saying, I would love to manage you guys. Like immediately, and it was like
it just all kind of clicked and happened just organically and just in a nice way.
And we just get like, when you just clicked with someone, it's like
and from him being in a band, I feel like he understood us more than anyone else would.
Okay.
Himself in his own band, and he just understood how stuff works.
So it's been like amazing, and
so we started working with him earlier this year.
We had another 4-hour Zoom with him yesterday, so it's like,
did you?
It was on for a while, like
it's gone way too long.
We're just around the corner from your next release, but for the listener, it's probably out now. But like, what's this year so far? How's that looked for you? I mean, you said that the Casey thing came about earlier this year, so that's one thing that's happened. What else? Have you played many shows this year? Like,
no, we played one London show in February, and it was amazing. It was like,
where was that?
That was at the Academy 2 in Islington. And it was it was like such a special show. And like,
were you headlining or?
It was a headline show.
Oh, cool.
So that's the only show we yesterday, because we knew we just wanted to play one headline show in London, and then we were going to spend the rest of the year like focusing on new music and getting everything in place. So like I said, after we started working with Casey, we were just talking about the demos, and we had a call with the producer Sam Guiana, and he just got us immediately. So then we flew over to LA, and
we met Casey in person.
Casey was with us was in the studio as well. So he co-produced.
Nice.
He co-produced these with Sam.
Yeah.
So it was just in the studio with two of them, like two like incredible people, and they just being people that just get us completely, and we just an amazing experience. So we got loads of new music on the way, and next year we have lots of exciting things that are being worked on right now. And so it's really finally it feels like we have everything in place now, and we're just so excited for people to hear our new music.
Are you able to talk about any of the plans you have next year? I mean, bear in mind that this will be out next week, or is that still kind of under wraps?
We're still working on things, but like getting to play our first shows in the US is one of our biggest priorities. It's been our biggest dream since day one, and would like
so that will be happening.
So next year we'll be doing some special things, and we're just so excited for.
And in the UK and
everywhere, where everyone wants to see us. Where everyone wants to see us, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. I'm sure we won't do one show a year.
It's amazing. I really admire your kind of perseverance and patience. The fact.
We've been told a lot of bands would have quit years ago.
I always say if Paul wasn't in the band with me, I probably would have quit. But he's so positive, and I have my moments. But and again, the fans, well, again, I don't think they probably even realize how good they've been. Like I said, the little things like a tweet or an Instagram post just have carried us through really dark times. So even.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Or even like the song name Antidote, it just sums up like them, our fans. It's like trying to find the cure, and it's like surviving like through the darkest moments in your life. And I think people are gonna
even Antidote, the song itself is that kind of, I'm not gonna swear, but a big kind of middle finger up to the people who have kind of done us wrong in a way. And it's just, so when people listen to it, you'll get it sounds a lot.
if you listen to this if you're listening to this podcast, go and listen to the song, and you will understand what we're talking about.
You'll get
it's kind of like it's like even in other meanings, like just like waking up from your darkest moments and just surviving it, and getting rid of all that toxicness in your life, and just not giving up. So I think, and even I'm so excited for people to hear what we've created. But it's gonna be exciting.
Amazing. So what's your live show like? Do you have session musicians?
For live, we have session musicians, like, because these songs, like, the live show is the most important thing to us. And like, even like I said, when we got the opportunity to support Thrice and Reading Leeds and Rock and Ring and Download and stuff, it was like, we're putting on the best possible live show you could get, and we become friends with all these musicians we work with. Our friends are our musicians on stage, and being a very kind of like energetic band and just pouring everything into it. So we can't wait for even people. Most of our people discovering our music haven't even seen us live yet. So I'm so excited. For people to come to a show next year.
Oh, that's very exciting. Let me just take it back a little bit. Like, obviously, at the top of this, you mentioned some of your influences, the Jimmy Gods and Taking Back Sunday. Let's just get into that a little bit. Like, what was the band that drew either of you or both of you into, this love of this particular kind of music? Who was the gateway band for you guys?
Oh, My Chemical Romance for me. They're still to this day my favorite band. I remember I was probably like 10 and I heard, was it Famous Last Words? It was on TV and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I want to do that. Gerard Way, I want to be that man. And I'd always wanted to sing, but I didn't know in what kind of capacity, like what did I, but then as soon as I was, oh, sorry.
Sorry to cut in there, but like, were you always quite aware that you had quite a strong voice and like, so you?
Well, our mom is a singer herself. Like she teaches singing, and she's an opera singer actually. So she has the dramatics, which is probably where I get that from. And so I'd always wanted to sing. I'd be watching Disney movies, and I'd be wishing I was a Disney princess. So that was that, and then I turned emo.
Okay.
Emo is the vibe. So yeah, I saw My Chemical Romance and was like, that changed my life. And I knew, okay, I want to be in a rock band, an emo rock band. And then Paul was a few years older than me, so he'd be coming back from school, bringing like discovering Taking Back Sunday and having them on those CDs that you burn. He'd be like, listen to this and Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, so it's like went from like Taking Back Sunday to Fall Out Boy. Then we got into like Thrice and Jimmy Eat World, and then we discovered like even older bands like Mineral, and then we got into like even post rock bands like Caspian and Explosions in the Sky. So then now when it's time to record our first ever song, we're like, I want to combine
all of our favorites.
Like all of this, like Calm to Storm, post rock plus emo. And I think we can create something special and something that we want to listen to. We've always been like, we're always, even today, we're in our own bubble.
We're in our favorite band.
Our dream is always like, be in your favorite band. It's like, what's so kind of crazy in the sense of like, we recorded this Calm to Storm emo record in 2017. And now in 2023, it's being discovered because emo is getting back, back again. So and it's kind of like, and it's like, you could see like, we're not hopping on a trend. Like we literally, our songs that we wrote 6 years ago are like being discovered now. So that's what's so incredible. And that's why even Patience.
I love how everything circles back.
Yeah.
And I feel like rock music and emo all is gonna come back. It feels like it's in a good place right now. And I feel like
and even I think what's so good now is that it's like the industry, it's kind of like fans choose who they want to make successful, or they're just listening to what they love. Before you'd have to be on a big label and they'll put you on TV and stuff like that. Now you don't even need
it's in the
you don't need anything anymore. It's in the listeners' hands who they want to support.
Yeah, that's true. Did you get much chance to see many of those bands growing up? Would Cork be the nearest city for you guys?
Yeah, Cork is the main city, but for us, like,
we'd always just fly over.
Ryanair used to do 2-cent flights. I don't know if you remember that. We were like, what is the con in it? Wait, what's the catch? Well, it's actually going to be 2 cents. So all I have to buy is a ticket and a hotel. So then every couple of weeks,
I'd miss so much school. I'd be like, I'm going to see Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, we just follow Taking Back. So we go to 3 or 4 Taking Back Sunday shows. Like we pay so our flights to see them would have been 2 cents each. So we spent our budget. Okay, we 4 cents. We can afford the flights, and then we
our dad come with us. Yeah, I'd be too young to go to the shows without a parent.
So we went to see TBS, and we saw
Fall Out Boy.
We saw Jimmy Eat World play Bleed American and Clarity in person, and that was like so inspiring. And so
we actually saw Thrice play. It was before they went on a hiatus for a couple of years at the
HMV Forum.
Yeah, the HMV Kentish Town Forum. And I remember we were sitting up in the balcony thing and we were just like, this is amazing. And then I think 3 years later, we supported them in that exact venue.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Really?
That was something before we started Greywind.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy looking back at things like that. Like we've achieved so much, and even feeling like we haven't even started yet. That's what the most exciting thing is.
Yeah.
Who would be like the bucket list, I suppose? I suppose
to support. MCR's
like,
number one.
Yeah. Okay.
I love even like one of our biggest influences, even into his new songs, Blink.
Oh, Blink.
Like they're up there. Like I said, they're one of our. I was crying watching that One More Time video.
Yeah. I was like,
you need to watch. But yeah, so Blink are like even like one of our biggest influences as well. Even on new music, we always knew like a tiny like teaser for new music for people. It's like we always knew before we started a band. We always knew the first album is going to be a Calm to Storm record. Album 2 is going to be a faster paced record. So we've always had like this plan in our head of like, even we know the next 80 years of our band. We've always had this thing. That's I think why we've survived such like some like bad industry stuff, because we've always had our vision since day one, and it's worked out beautifully. But yeah, having that vision from day one of like, I know what my first record was going to sound like, my second record, third, and just having that kind of blueprint. But yeah,
nice. Did you catch any of the Blink shows on this?
We didn't. We're always somewhere busy working or somewhere, but yeah, like then we always say
we saw them in, when was it? Back in Dublin when Tom was actually in the
first
years and years ago. And it was so good.
But then we were always like, I want to be supporting them, so like let's not go. Maybe we might get the support offer. Like
wait for that to happen.
That'll be a dream.
You're on the right trajectory. Yeah, I saw them in this time around. I did Copenhagen and London.
Oh, amazing! How was it?
Twice. Really good, particularly Copenhagen. That was a special show, and it was like, I've been watching them live for about 24, 25 years, so it was it was the best arguably they've ever sounded, I think. So,
I was going to say, we were actually watching YouTube videos of them.
Was it Copenhagen? Was it Holland? Was it in Holland?
Somewhere, and they, like you just said, it was the best. I've never heard them sound that good.
They were just,
and you could just tell, I think, because they're just so happy, and they're just so probably happy to be back.
I mean, happy plus heavy use of backing tracks. They perhaps don't do as much back in the day, but still,
everyone,
hey, if it makes you sound that good, let's have it,
But no, it's so good to see. It's just so nice to see.
I was sorry. I was going to ask before. Were there any particular Irish bands that you were into growing up, or was it all stuff from America mainly?
Mostly American.
To be honest, it's all Americans. Like it felt like we didn't have like the closest band to what we wanted growing up was like You Me at 6, and then we actually they did their, like, we grew up like Take Off Your Colors was like one of our favorite albums growing up, and then in 2018 it was kind of like even You Me at 6 when everything fall apart, we got the offer to support You Me at 6 on their 2 Irish dates doing on the Take Off Your Colors tour. So that was like such a
Irish date.
2 Irish dates, just such 2 special shows for us.
So that stuff like that kind of kept us going as well.
Yeah.
Like even like for bands like of that level to kind of let us do that, they wouldn't even know what we were going through at the time, but little things, it was like little glimmers of hope.
And we got those shows by just a tweet. We saw Josh, the lead singer, just tweet announce the dates, and we just tweeted, "Oh, we'd love to support you." And then he just got back, and we found out that we had an email in our inbox like a couple hours later. It was like, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like the industry hasn't been kind to us, but it's kind of like the like fans and like even and bands just being like and believing in our music and stuff. So yeah.
What's life look like for both of you kind of outside of music? Do you like work day jobs in?
No, this is our complete. Since day one, this has been our complete priority.
Really?
Like waking up, all we are doing is writing new music constantly, coming up with music video treatments.
We're very lucky we live at home still, so it's a lot easier.
Exactly. So we're like writing. This has always been like our biggest dream, and we pour absolutely everything into it. So from waking up, all we're doing is like, okay, what we're posting on Instagram and TikTok today, and just writing and working on new songs, and just growing our fan base and just trying to get as many people to listen to our music. Like, please listen to
it. Is there any like new current artists that you guys are into at the minute?
I like Sweet Pillar, a really cool band. Pool Kids.
408.
That's not the one that signed to Hopeless.
Yeah, Sweet just signed to Hope. Yeah. They're really cool. They're two bands that we'd love to tour with.
Sorry, what was it? I missed the other one.
Pool Kids.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So there's so many like good bands right now, but we're like most of the time we're in, like I said, we're in our own bubble, just listening to just listening to ourselves, Taking Back Sunday and MCR, and just in our own bubble and just like creating the music
that we want.
Yeah, like I said, we're not looking at what anyone else is doing. So like I said, everything everyone's going to hear in the next year from us were songs that were written back in 2016, 2017. We've been waiting. Wow. We believed in these, like we believed in the first batch that have been like supported so much by fans. Yeah. We believed in these batch even more. So we've just believe them so much. So we're so excited for people to hear them starting from November 10th.
Yeah.
November 10th, which is either today or just in the past. So right now. Guys, I think we can probably wrap this up in a minute, but like we normally finish these with like a few quick fire questions. So perfect. Unless there's anything else that you haven't had a chance to mention that you want to get in first.
Our life story. Usually our life story goes on for like an 8-hour Zoom, so I think we've done it in a good amount of time.
Yeah, we've been able to cut it down. Paul usually can talk for like 7 hours. So exactly. Great.
Yeah, cut it down.
It was nicely done.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'll fire a couple of these quick fire questions at you, and then I'll let you go. Just to warn you, they're not very inventive. So
okay, I'm nervous though. Yeah,
these are probably the kind of questions you'll get once you get more and more famous, and then just standard media will ask you. All right, favorite TV show?
Breaking Bad.
I was going to say Breaking Bad as well. Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Favorite movie?
Jurassic Park for me.
Oh, I have 2: Kill Bill, both Volume 1 and 2, and Beauty and the Beast. the original one,
the early 90s one, not the 2017 one. Okay. Favorite food?
Pizza. Burritos. I had my first burrito shockingly only like 4 years ago, and now I'm obsessed. Like literally, we were playing in Dublin, and the support band said, "I want to take you to Boojum." And I was like, I don't even know what word you just said. What is a Boojum? And I had a burrito, and it just changed my life. And so
my favorite burritos. Can I just say breakfast food in general?
No, you can't. No, that is
any type of breakfast food or quesadillas.
Okay, that's a better answer.
Favorite live show that you've ever been to as a fan?
Oh,
I'm gonna say My Chemical Romance last year.
Same.
That changed my life.
Same. We saw them in Dublin last year.
I was crying so bad through the whole time.
Yeah, it was just it felt so because it was the first time we had ever actually seen them live.
Yeah, we had never, considering we went to so many shows growing up. They were a band
we always missed them. Something always happened that we weren't
sold out or something.
They sold out so quick because it was like the Black Parade here, so they always sold out. We never got the chance to see them. So getting to see them, seeing the band that inspired us so much live for the first time. But yeah, I always remember them. I remember those shows because I remember Steph came up on the screen through the crowd, and the amount of DMs and tweets we saw of like, "Oh my God, Greywind are here! Why aren't Greywind supporting?" And they were like, "Why aren't Greywind supporting MCR?" I was like, "I'm asking the same question."
I was too emotional. Now I'm prepared.
So yeah, that show was very special.
Or when we were growing up, there was a Taking Back Sunday show. I think
Liverpool.
I think I was like 15, and I remember there was sweat coming off the ceiling. It was just one of those shows.
Or it was raining outside and the building was about to collapse. One or the other.
Yeah, but I feel like it was sweat or something because it was just so good.
But yeah, it felt like the venue was going to explode.
Yeah, that show always has stayed with me.
Yeah, so those two shows. We have the same shows.
Yeah.
We should start a band.
We should.
Let me fire. I'll give you 4 or 5 previous guests we've had on the podcast. And you're only allowed to keep the music of one of these guests.
Oh, God.
And I'll be nice. I'll not include the Wonder Years.
Okay.
Include them.
We're just going to offend everyone now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'll give you Get Up Kids, Menzingers, Frank Turner, Newfound Glory, and Rise Against. You can only keep the music of one of them.
We'll say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Newfound glory. They survive. They survive.
Nice.
I'm sorry to hear that. You're great too.
So
you're definitely partial to your pop punk as well as the more sound things.
I think the
newer songs we've leaned into our pop punk side a lot more than I think to be honest, I think like I'm gonna say it right now. This if this is out November 10th, like Antidote is a straight up pop punk emo song. It's like if you love, awesome. I think if the best way to describe it is if Blink and MCR wrote a song, and it would
and had an Irish emo daughter singing. Yeah,
that's Antidote.
Blink meets MCR is Antidote. Yeah. So, and we've it's been a song we've been sitting on for so long, and we're like so excited for people to hear it and what we have following it, and we're like, but yeah, it's like I love what people are gonna see. They're gonna see the influences throughout all these songs from Blink to MCR to Taking My Sunday to like post rock. I'm just so excited for people to hear what we created. So yeah,
lovely. And then final question: if you could only take one record to a desert island with you, what would it be?
Oh God, 3 Cheers by MCR.
Why do we keep having the same answer?
Yeah. We have a good taste in music, don't we?
That's why we, as well, people probably think we fight all the time as siblings. It's because we have such a bond over music.
We just get each other.
Same brain when it gets to music.
Like when I write a part of a song, I was like, I don't even need, Steph will love this. Because we grew up loving like the same music. Like sometimes we get a question. I think you're the first person who hasn't asked us like, do you guys fight? I was like, so thank you for asking it. Thank you.
That was the next question.
Yeah, that's the next question. But we don't. We've just always had the same taste in music and TV shows and everything. So
as you can tell, all we talk about is Greywind and music.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing?
I guess that's what makes it work so well. You guys are so obviously, kind of butting
we haven't had our Oasis moment.
Yeah, we won't have our Oasis moment, I don't think.
Not yet.
Good. Don't. I think I can let you guys go. Thanks so much for giving me some of your time, particularly when you're jet lagged as well.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Lovely meeting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and hopefully see you over this way sometime soon.